I'm Teresa Woodard in Dallas with a look at your North Texas headlines. Hemp stores all across the state are in limbo. Their licensing fees could get more than 100 times higher, and many say that would force them to shut down. Cole Sullivan explains.
For a business built on highs, lately it's been up and down.
Your product's banned, then it's not banned, and then they're trying to ban it again, so it's just like up and down for us.
Now Eddie Velez finds himself in limbo once again. Texas has proposed new rules that raise licensing fees for hemp and THC businesses like his.
From $150 to $20,000 on an annual basis that we will have to pay.
Devastating for his shop.
That essentially shuts us down.
And he says a rule changing how THC content is measured will wipe out most of the products his customers enjoy.
If you try to get to compliancy, you reduce your potency to pretty much nothing, and when you grow in the plant, it makes it damn near impossible.
There are supporters of the new rules, like the group Texans for Safe and Drug-Free Youth, which says, quote, it's fair and appropriate for the people who profit from selling $1 billion in intoxicating products to create fees that help cover the costs associated with the regulation and societal burden of the product. But most of the speakers at a hearing in Austin last month were against the proposal.
I'm optimistic that the state's hearing our comments.
Even though Velez sells relaxation, he's having a tough time finding it.
I'm not going to lie, it's stressful and creates anxiety because as a business owner, we really don't have clarity on our future.
State regulators say they'll make a decision by March 30th. In Dallas, I'm Cole Sullivan.
The newest athletic director in North Texas has big shoes to fill. Celina ISD's incoming athletic director is replacing a legendary football coach who stepped down when his son was accused of taking photos of young athletes. Jobin Puniker spoke with the new AD about how to move forward.
Every new job transition is different, especially true for Celina's newest athletic director, Brent Whitson.
The biggest challenge here is regaining public trust.
He is replacing Bill Elliott, who was here 33 years, retired after a chaotic few months, where his son was charged with sex crimes in his role as a former middle school coach.
I'm semi-famous for having said it too many times. I'm going to take care of kids, job one. Take care of kids every day. Job two, we're going to go to work regaining their trust. And we're going to do that by being in front of them.
Brent will not also be the head football coach. The district has split that role, and Brent likes it that way.
Did Bill Elliott reach out to you?
No, not yet. I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to thank him for setting up a phenomenal situation and for, in the athletic department, leaving me the keys to an Escalade.
There is no escaping the dark cloud that hangs over athletics and Celina. Brent says he understands that.
Any decision I make that's not in the best interest of a kid is a mistake. There's that balance between privacy and safety and supervision. Well, I've got to tell you something. Safety and supervision are going to win.
And that goes for especially what happens in locker rooms, in classrooms, and on the field. Brent says he is not his predecessors, but will fight to keep a winning tradition, especially as Celina moves from 4A to 5A this year.
Half the people in this town are throwing arrows at me and half of them are blowing kisses. I have to figure out who's what, and at the end of the day, get them all to at least respect me.
His official start is in late March, but he's already taking coaches' meetings, and he's looking for his next head football coach.
Who is Celina ISD getting in an AD?
Lisa's husband, Tanner and Carter's dad, and that governs every decision I make. And that's a pretty heavy burden to carry.
In Celina, I'm Jobin Puniker.
Now, Bill Elliott's son Caleb is facing federal charges of sexually exploiting children. Caleb Elliott was arrested on state charges 4 months ago and charged in November. He taught history and coached at Moore Middle School, and he is accused of taking invasive photos in the boys' locker room. Celina ISD fired him after his arrest. An independent investigation concluded no staff members were aware of the alleged misconduct, including Bill Elliott, who was AD at the time. The legendary rock band The Eagles just announced a concert at Globe Life Field this May. But that means one North Texas high school is being forced out on the night of their prom. Richard Solomon spoke with students in limbo.
They worked so hard for this. Students competing in the Northwest Texans Invitational. But for these Eaton Eagles, there's another date circled on their calendar, and that's May 16th.
I was pretty excited. I had a date and everything.
Senior John Lindsay says prom was supposed to be one of the highlights of his final year. But Thursday, something unexpected got in the way. and it wasn't homework.
It's just unfortunate. Like, we didn't know.
Northwest ISD says they were contracted to host Eaton's prom at Globe Life Field. But then a bigger act swooped in.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
The Eagles, the legendary rock band, just announced a concert at the stadium on the exact same day.
It looks unprofessional on the venue's part because we had our contract a year ago.
And it's left Guardian Birds very unhappy.
It's super disappointing. I mean, logistically, you should be able to plan the prom dates appropriately.
It's been a year. We've been planning this the whole time we toured, but it's a big deal.
The district says they've had a contract with the venue for the last year, which cost them more than $21,000. The principal said in a statement they learned about the news through promotional emails for the concert. And a spokesperson with Globe Life told WFAA they're working with school officials to schedule a new date for the school's prom at the stadium.
Some sort of accommodations need to happen. I mean, luckily there is enough time and space.
If the Eagles performed a little bit for the Eagles, and that'd be awesome.
I mean, I never heard of them. It would be cool to have a live performance.
Because this is supposed to be one of the best days of their lives up to date. And they're determined to not let anything or anyone clip their wings. In Justin, I'm Richard Solomon.
If you drive 75 miles west of Fort Worth, you can enjoy thousands of acres of trails along with rivers, trees, wildlife. It all used to be a ranch, but it has been transformed into Palo Pinto Mountain State Park. And Scoop Jefferson got a look at all it has to offer.
For the first time in more than 2 decades, a brand new state park opening in North Texas. Sunday, March 1st, opening day, and Assistant Superintendent James Miller and his crew at Palo Pinto Mountain State Park have watched ticket sales explode.
So we're booked out, I think, solid through the month of March, most of April, and we're going to be pretty busy.
Park volunteers have stocked the shelves in the souvenir shop, hats, t-shirts, water bottles, and more. And nature lovers reserving campsite spots like this one throughout the park. Work crews are busy completing last-minute details to make sure the long-awaited state park is ready, especially Tucker Lake, 90 acres of water. Visitors urged to use caution.
Swimming is allowed. We obviously don't have any lifeguard on duty or anything like that, so be swim at your own risk.
Miller believes Tucker Lake will be one of the major draws, a quiet fishing and paddling destination. The dock features this state-of-the-art easy launch deck for kayaks and canoes. No speedboats or jet skis allowed.
So we don't allow gasoline motors. We want to try and keep the place quiet, tranquil.
You'll easily find that quietness and tranquility in the park's nearly 5,000 acres of rolling hills.
So we've got roughly 16 miles of trails, and those are pretty much all multi-use.
The park is also kid-friendly, featuring a playground built to Americans with Disabilities Act standards, the same accessibility seen throughout the grounds.
We're sold out of day passes, sold out of campsites, so have a little patience with us.
Assistant Superintendent James Miller is asking people to be patient because day passes are sold out. Still, they're welcoming people when the park opens on March 1st. In Palo Pinto County, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Those are your headlines from North Texas.